Hey, son. Um, hello. Uh, Grilda is going to play Romance Club, as you see. Hopefully, I'm not speaking too loud, but we can change it later. I will not share the sound from the Romance Club that we are gonna play today, a story, and the Haze will take us. I've been thinking what precisely to play, but there are so many. I haven't been playing it for a long time, but I've been gaining some crystals and cups. So we have quite a lot. First of all, I am not native English speaker, so if I read something wrong, don't give a damn, because yeah, I warned you. I think I don't have any other warnings. I'll try to read as I feel, like, yes, the characters. Probably I should not scream like that. Oh. Alright, yeah. Let's go. I'll probably... Eh? I don't like how it cuts. Aj, aj, aj. Oh, come igen. It's loading so slowly. Oh, there it is. Alright, a tree. By the way, I don't hear music either. Just so you know. And actually, let me fix my hair too. Lada in Russia is a name of a car. So now I look more like Grandpa. Come again. Come on. Nej, my... Oops. Oh. That's better. Okay. Your story is about to begin, but first, choose what you want to look like. Alright. It looks kinda like this. Alright. Alright. Oh my god, they just have everything. Why they don't have ginger? I'm ginger. Hell no. Hell no. Okay. Let's go like this. Choose your hair. Oh, das ist better. This is better because they have ginger. Yes. Yes, this is me. Continue. Before we continue, please set your preferences. I prefer male love interest, female love interest, both male and female love interests. Alright. You'll be able to pursue romantic relationship with male characters and friendship with female characters. I prefer romantic scenes to be explicit and detailed, subtle and less explicit. Since it's going into YouTube, subtle and less explicit, of course, because YouTube will definitely just throw a strike onto me. You have chosen a less explicit narrative style. Romantic scenes will rely more on subtext. Better. Please set your gameplay preference. With hints enabled, icons will appear next to the choices to help you follow your desired path. Choices affect romantic relationship will be marked with a heart icon. Enable hints, disable hints. What? Okay. For me, enable or disable sounds the same, but I'm just maybe dumb. Enable. Yes. You have enabled hints. A path icon will appear next to choices corresponding to the path. I'm not gonna read it out loud more. Blah 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 blah. Yes, begin the story for fun. Under the cloak of darkness, where an ancient forest merged, its residents worshipped gods that were forever silent. According to the legends, they had died back when the sun had moved into the realm of eternity. For many years there, and had been an endless night until the star was reborn once again. But the gods didn't rise back with it. The earth, deprived of divine protection, remained cursed. No one knew what the gods had done to receive such punishment, but since their death the village had been surrounded by fog. From that moment on, anyone who stepped into the fog died in agony or disappeared. People had been living in the village for many years, not daring to leave their safe haven. But the silence of the haze could be deceiving. Ah, thank you. Damn, they've been just like, I cannot read that fast, come on. Oh, cute doll. And the haze will take us, episode 1, Awakening. Oh, I'm Slavic. Hey y'all. Wow, I honestly didn't know, so I just clicked on it. I feel, yeah, I'm a witch. Pagan belief, but the events of the story are fictional and do not claim to be accurate history. Okay. I'm not sure if I should change anything here. Like, YouTube, please don't throw strike. Okay, feet. Foot fetishes. Comment. The moon. I don't know what are the sounds here, so I'm as deaf as you are. Run, baby, run. Okay, thanks, I just started singing. Oh, that's such a nice carpet. Grell screamed, but her voice was drowned out by the morning twilight. She quickly closed her mouth and turned toward her sister's bed. Verea was fast asleep. She didn't know yet that Grell was trembling, still in the grips of her nightmare. The choice you're about to make will affect the plot. Some choices affect the plot slightly, others lead to big changes. This is not a good sign. I need to be careful today. But it was just a bad dream. Omens don't scare me. They don't scare me. Her bare feet touched the floorboards. Grell hovered over Verea, her twin peering at her features, which seemed even more perfect when she was asleep. We don't resemble each other at all, but I can't figure out who I saw in my dream. There was something dark and ominous about it. She wanted to wash her face, to push away that persistent feeling of dread. The rays of the sun barely filtered through the green gap between the curtains. They were trying to dispel the darkness that surrounded their beds, but the day was not yet at its peak, still helpless before the shadows. For some reason, thinking about that worried Grell. She pulled back the curtains and opened the window. It was the first day of the vernal equinox. What does it mean? The night we're going to gather to say goodbye to winter and welcome spring. Maslenitsa? Maslenitsa in Russia, it's like a tradition. Pretty much like to say goodbye to winter and welcome spring. Interessant. But that wasn't But that wasn't why Grell's heart hammered against her chest, and her soul was restless, sick with worry. Vereya and Grell had been born on the day 18 years earlier. They were stepping into adulthood. Was their life going to change? Vereya groaned, pulling the covers over her head. Time to get up if you want to have a blessed day. You'll sleep away all your luck. The gods won't judge me. I don't feel well. That's the me talking. Like if you love the meat, it's tasty. Grell put on her clothes and tied her hair. Vereya picked out from under the covers. Are you going out again? Yes, at least I'll make myself useful. Her smile was sad, but Vereya was too sleepy to notice and too careless to understand. Bum, bum, bum. Their mother was already feeding the chickens. Grell always got up early, but she couldn't keep up with her parents. Her shepherd's staff was in the corner as usual. Hannah, their elder sister, was sitting in the hall. Hannah was born at noon. It quickly became clear that something was different with her. She wasn't crying. Exactly 1 year after, Vereya was born. But there was another baby in their mother's womb. Their mother suffered for a long time and nearly died in the process. It was only the morning that she finally gave birth, and so Vereya's twin, Grell, was born. 19 years had passed, but Hannah still hadn't spoken a word. Hannah was neither happy nor sad. For days on end she would sit in an armchair looking out the window. There she was now, making a doll without looking at her thin, crooked fingers. Increase your... What is this? Compassion. Increase your... Fox. What a fox say. Oh, alright. I will not read this. It's just for me senseless. Grell greeted her. Yes. She touched Hannah's shoulder, gently, so as not to startle her, and said with a smile, "Good morning." Hannah didn't even turn her head to look at her sister. Her hand stopped for a moment, but soon she continued, winding the yarn around the hay, giving it the shape of a head. Each new loop twisted tighter and tighter around the poor doll's neck. The silence of the morning was interrupted by loud axe blows. Grell looked around the corner to see what her father was doing. There was a crunching sound. A splinter came flying at Grell, whirling up a cloud of sawdust. Grell stretched out her hand and, catching the splinter, threw it away. "Good heavens, are you all right?" Her father wedged the axe into the tree stump and came closer. "I'm fine." His eyes fell on the shepherd's staff. "Where are you going? You can leave the sheep. You can leave the sheep today. I'll take care of them." He caressed her hair, roughly but affectionately. "Today you and Vereya have entered the light of adulthood." I will be glad to celebrate this day among the flock. I'm engaged. I'm kidding. Well, I am engaged, I'm not kidding about that. But he's not my type. Dragon. New character. Excuse me. I'm done. I'm done with the roof. I can fix the eggs next. The head may slip off the handle. Dragon's voice came from behind her. It was sharp as a blade and quick as a whip. Grell couldn't help but flinch, feeling the tip. I'm done. Alright. Of that whip. Sorry. Yes. Hit her shoulder. You're just in time. Grell's father turned her around. She tried to resist, although with not much enthusiasm. Dragon has prepared a gift. Dragon was the son of the village elder. He used to play with the twins as a child. Having grown up, he had begun helping their father around the house. Although he wasn't a carpenter, but a blacksmith, his handiness always proved useful. He met Grell's eyes with cruel indifference. Mimimi. Has Viraya woken up yet? No. Dragon wiped a few beads of sweat from his forehead. He took a rag and wiped his torso too, erasing the traces of his work. Grell stood still, reproachfully watching his mockingly slow movements. Her father didn't notice anything, smiling in anticipation. Dragon picked up a small bundle and handed it to her, almost shoving, I don't know how to read it, shoving it in her hands. There you go. Grell was confused. Is this for Viraya? What is this? Is this for me? Is this for Viraya? It's for you. I don't need your man. His eyes were already looking past her at the axe, which he couldn't wait to get started on. Grell clutched the bundle. She felt her cheeks flush and hated herself for it. She was afraid the dragon would notice and think that his gift meant something to her. It was the first time he had paid any attention to her. Usually Dragon barely spared her a glance, never called her by name, and if he said something, it was either a mocking or indifferent tone, and she wasn't sure which one was worse. If it wasn't for his warmth toward Viraya and their parents, Grell would have thought that he was just a bad person. But Dragon was always willing to help their father around the house, and always smiled when he saw Viraya. Grell had long been convinced that he was in love with her sister. And no wonder, everyone loved Viraya. Thank you. Grell touched the bundle, but Dragon's voice stopped her. Are you going to open it here? An emotion flashed across his face, usually as still as a carved block of ice. Dragon smirked. There was expectation in his smile and a hint of mockery. But who was he laughing at? Grell wanted to throw away his gift, but as if there was a snake inside it. I love snakes, come on, they are so cute. So cute. Don't judge me. You can judge me, I don't care. I wouldn't be surprised if it's mania or something worse. No, I won't open this gift, not in front of him. Grell put the bundle into her string bag. Dragon's face became inscrutable again. He walked past her and picked up the axe. Grell's father patted her on the back. May the gods favor you today. May the earth yield to your footsteps, and may the sky pour its blessing on you. Thank you. He kissed her on the forehead and nodded, allowing her to leave. Grell eagerly left her house behind. Bum, bum, bum. Her feet stepped silently on the still frozen ground. That winter had been long and harsh, and nature was reluctant to awaken. Or maybe something was holding it back. The village seemed empty and dead. The dry trees were shaking, their crooked branches rustling in the morning wind. The fog surrounded the village like a dense wall, stretched out its claws, and instantly retreated, but not daring to go any further. It was her right, and Grell casually looked at it, out of habit, checking if anyone would emerge from it. Some choices increase your haze or reality points. Ok. The haze urges you to explore the unknown, disregarding the will of the dead gods. Reality shuns the cursed folk and seeks the protection of the gods. Ok. The haze. What do you mean? If I choose scared her, I will get protection from the gods. If I choose didn't scare her, okay. Alright. Reality. No, in reality, haze would not scare me. The only thing I'm afraid is insects. Like, that's it. What's happening? Grell walked through the withered grass, wrapping her slender fingers around the staff. I actually didn't check if yeah, it is recording, okay. Slender fingers around the staff. It took her a moment to realize that something was wrong. She felt cold, her heart tightened with fear, and hairs on the back of her neck stood up. Her feet suddenly stopped by themselves. The shepherd's staff fell to the ground with a soft thud. Grell turned to face the fog. Dot dot dot. She didn't really know what made her do that. The biting wind tugged at the hem of her clothes. Hem, in Swedish means hole. I have no clue what it means in English, but alright. I guess edge. She couldn't tell if it was dragging her into the fog or steering her away. The air turned dense and heavy, and goosebumps crawled across her skin. The pale mist fell damp against her bare legs. Why she walks barefoot? We had like, what is called? Siena in Russian. Google Translator, my phone does not recognize me. 1 minute. I forgot the word. It happens, come on. English, Russian, Siena. Hey. Okay. We had, like in ancient Russia, we had shoes made out of hay called Lapti. They were not really warm, but it's better than walking barefoot. Come on. It looks like they have quite a lot. Like, just dry that damn grass and you make shoes out of it. That's just so ridiculous. Okay. Did I read it? Okay, she felt lightheaded. Grell was trying to see something, but the fog made every effort to hide the world that lurked on the other side. Once again, her body leaned forward, as if controlled by someone else. Grell raised her hand, stretched out her fingers, and plunged them through the particles frozen in the spring air. Step back! Huh? Caught in the act, Grell jumped back. Her heart pounded in her chest as she turned to the voice that had given her that order. Interesting. What are we doing now? Okay. Honestly, something tells me that... What is it? That we don't see the full picture. And I kinda don't like it. Because, yeah, this kinda looks very, you know, wide. I'm not sure how long this episode will be, but let's read it anyway. I'll check it later. He was the one whom the evil spirits shunned. He was the one performing rituals and sacrifices. He was the one Grell feared for some reason. He studied her face intently, his eyes hidden behind the skull of a bull, a sacred animal protecting from the evil. His linen cape hung in tatters off his broad shoulders, almost bursting at the seams. He was not very close, but she still had to lift her head to look at him since he was so tall. I wonder how tall he was. By the way, 1 meter 72 centimeters. I'm quite tall. Well, I wouldn't say I'm small, just average. Yeah. Gods be merciful. Let him pass by. Let him pass by. He looks more like my type. I like masks on the man. It looks very good. Alright. What were you trying to do? I don't know. I just touched it. The priest took a step forward and Grell flinched, automatically taking a step back. He stopped. When I do, it means that 3 dots, yeah. They are not talking, I'm not talking this. The priest took another step, but that time Grell didn't move. As he passed by, she swallowed back a shudder and a scream, and any sign of fear, forcing herself to stand perfectly still. It was only when the figure of the priest disappeared into the distance that Grell allowed herself to breathe again. Snapping back to reality, she grabbed her staff, and practically ran toward the pasture. It never occurred to me to touch the haze before. I don't know what came over me. And then I ran into one of the priests. This isn't good. I think so too, but we'll see. Oh, look at those cute sheeps! Grell sat under a tree. The sheep were gazing in the field, chewing lazily on the dry grass. So, like, dry grass, like, hey, she could make shoes out of it. Why not? For fuck's sake. I should not curse because YouTube will definitely hit me with a strike. Clumsy and slow, Grell was bad at spinning yarn, dancing, and cooking. Whatever she tried her hand at, it came out wrong. All her life, she'd been growing up in the shadow of Verea, a favorite of the gods. Her sister was good at everything she tried. Grell admired Verea, was jealous of Verea, didn't worry about it, wanted to be like Verea. Admired Verea. Her voice, her smile, her laughter, her talent and hands. Everything about her was beautiful. Another, like, mentioning, those signs, like, I'm not choosing because I see the signs, yeah? I'm choosing, like, how I think I would do myself, like, in real life. That's how I... My choices are based on it, okay? So, I'm not looking at the signs, what they are showing compassion or another shit, you know, yeah. Hopefully you understood, yeah. When her mother accepted that Grell wasn't fit to help around the house, she was allowed to do what she preferred. She loved animals and was happy to graze sheep and tend to them. We'll be dancing around the fire tonight. One of the sheep turned at the sound of her voice and bleated something in response. Meh. I know. I don't want to offend the gods with my dancing. The sheep came closer, chewing vigorously. Grell ran her fingers through its wool and scratched its head, thinking. The animal closed its eyes contentedly, without stopping eating. I'm 18 now. What if someone comes to court me? Grell shook her head, tossing her hair over her shoulders. Oh. The idea of marriage terrified her. To court, it means like to... Okay, now I understand. She was afraid that someone would take her heart away. She didn't want to give it to anyone. The sheep smelled the food in her string bag and nuzzled it. Shoo! Go back to others! Grell took out the bundle Dragon had given her, but was in no hurry to open it. Did my father put him up to it? Or did he think it would be awkward to only give a gift to Verea? Hesitantly, she unwrapped the gift. Huh? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love green color. Take a look. There was a pendant in the bundle. It looked as if it had been grown by Mokosh scaring hands. It was green, just like Grell's eyes. Mine are not Grell. Well, Grell is color too. My eyes are brown, like with a hint, tiny hint of green. Yeah. Uno momento. Again, a reminder, smoking is bad. Alcohol is bad too. Delighted, Grell ran her hand over the stone. Should I be an actress too? Did Dragon make it himself? Did he realize that he'd chosen a shade to match the color of my eyes? Or was it just an accident? Grell frowned, reapproaching herself for being afraid of his gift. Dragon would never allow himself to insult the daughter of someone he respects. Of course he created a decent gift, even if he has no sympathy for me. Grell turned the pendant toward the sun. The stone sparkled, reflecting the light. It took her breath away. How beautiful! The pendant shimmered and blinded her for a moment, bringing back the memory of Dragon's sly smirk. But then, why did he have such an expression? What was on his mind? Grell clutched the pendant in frustration, as if she had no right to it. I have a lot of diamonds, guys. What should I do with it? In reality, I would throw it away. Yes, don't call me bitch. Keep the gift, but don't wear it. Wear the pendant for the celebration. Okay, I guess that's what you would like me to choose, guys. Grell put it on and pressed it tightly against her chest. This is a gift, and now it's mine. Okay. Grell relaxed again, staring thoughtfully at the flock. The reason she loved to herd sheep, was the peace and silence that she always found sitting under that tree. Silence and sheep? Like, for me, that's a combination of... for a book, The Silence of the Lambs. Grell picked a straw and put it between her teeth. Silence. Blessed silence. The rustling of leaves, of the occasional bleating. Not a soul in sight. She slapped her knees decisively and stood up, as if like, okay. I need to practice. Smoothing her skirt, Grell stretched her arms wide and took a deep breath. Then she froze. Read this? It's not that hard. She took a step, jumped on the spot, spun around, and leaped high, like a deer lifting her legs. I can't imagine myself dancing like that. Her bare feet hid in the tall grass, her dress billowing from her sudden clumsy movements. For a moment, Grell thought she was doing well, but as soon as she turned around, her feet got tangled, and she stumbled, almost hitting the tree. The sheep bleated in unison. Unison. In Russians, unison. So, unison. Grell couldn't tell if it was mockery or support. Oh, come on. That was just scare. Like, they did not expect. You think too much of yourself, girl. I know, I'm a terrible dancer. Okay. More sheep? Oh jävlar. That looks very nice. I appreciate. It looks like ancient Slavic dressing and mask. Looks very improvised. You just look at so fluffy. You're so fluffy, so cute. Excuse me, I just cannot hold myself from the animals. I love them. I love them. Stranger. Grell shuddered, catching a faint glimpse of a silhouette frozen on the horizon. Who's that? He didn't move. He stood there and looked at her. And then he raised his hand and drew a circle in the air. Oh fuck, I'm not sure. And like that, because I always forget that it mirrored in the OBS. Unconsciously, Grell touched her wrist and brushed her fingers over the birthmark. It was shaped like a circle. Henne and Vereya had the same birthmark. Their mother said it was a blessing, protection from the gods. Grell believed it with every part of her soul. Didn't believe it. Would I believe in it in real life? No. I don't think I would believe it in real life. But according to that very, very fantasy-liking girl, then probably she believed it. Her lips parted as she wanted to ask a question, as if that man in rags could hear her. But the stranger turned around and wandered off into the forest. In their isolated village, there were legends that someone could be living in that dangerous forest. But the priests had never met anyone. Did the girl meet a forest ghost? One of the sheep had strayed away from the others. Grell had to push those troubling thoughts aside and get to work, but a premonition as dark as stars settled inside her stomach. Yesterday I ate pizza and felt so bad. Jeez, my stomach was cramping as hell. I think I was sitting on the white throne for quite a while and had to run like 2-3 times. Had a waterfall. Yes, you are welcome. Yes, you need to know those disgusting facts. We are simple people. Come in. Come in. Come on. Just look at my makeup. It's hacked. I would say that. Without, it's a letter on F, but I'll say hacked. You will understand. Just Babushka Grell. Babushka Grell is returning. Okay. Grell had to push those troubling thoughts. Ah, yeah, I just read it. Fuck. Fifth one, I meant. That smile, drowning. That small, droning fear which she had tried to ignore stubbornly continued to weigh on her shoulders, becoming more noticeable and palpable. Have no clue what that last word meant. Grell had started her adult life with a nightmare, almost touched the cursed fog, and then saw a man who may have been someone once exiled from her village. Those were bad omens, and Grell was prepared to heed their warning. Yeah, those Valinki, why she didn't put it on? The work was finished. The twins had been helping with household chores all day long, but now they locked themselves in their room to prepare for the festivities. Grell looked uncertainly at her outfit. Ooh, time to spend diamonds. We're gonna be fancy. Oh my god, that looks very good. Okay, clean clothes. That looks quite good too. That looks more, you know, like Viking style with that fur and such. Yeah. I'm gonna choose this. It's beautiful. Damn beautiful. We are rich, we have 4,000 diamonds. Should I pick a different outfit? Stop here. I know this. Vereya was ready. She was sitting on the windowsill looking out the window. She was sad for some reason. Her thick, long locks cascaded down her back. Her rare, delicate beauty was natural, effortless. Grell couldn't help staring at her. Are you alright? Vereya turned around, cast a quick glance at Grell, and, tilting her head, smiled broadly. You are so beautiful! It really suits you! Thank you. No, really! It's a pity that you'll run away before the fun begins, as usual. Verea shook her head, as if clearing it. She jumped off the windowsill and walked toward her sister. She smiled, no longer sad, as if she dived into the icy pool of her worries and emerged a different person. Don't be afraid. It's a beautiful day. I don't want you to rush home. She put her arms around Grell, holding her close, and kissed her hair with an almost maternal tenderness. I want you by my side. Some choices increase your ties points. High or low ties can change the plot dramatically. Oh, like I don't know. What should I say? I don't like noisy celebrations. I want that too. I don't like noisy celebrations. Alright. Verea dropped her arms in disappointment. I know. The door opened and their mother rushed into the room, as usual, without knocking. Ah, that's a bad mother. Come on, you need to knock. Like, especially at such age. No one knows what teenagers... Well, everybody knows what teenagers doing in the private room. That is why, like, knock. It's traumatizing to not knock. Bad mother. She was an incurable giggler, just like Verea. She was just short of 40 years old, but men and women still froze when she entered the room and turned their heads when she walked past. Their mother was beautiful and charming, bubbling with life. Oh, wow, yeah. She's a MILF. Yes, I really think so. Oh, my back. Girls? Are you still here? The young ones are already gathering. The boys are building the bonfire. Verea laughed loudly, as if what had bothered her was now entirely forgotten. She took the doll that protected her in her sleep and brought it to her lips. She left a kiss on its prickly cheek. May the gods bless us. They definitely will, my darlings. Their mother gently touched Grell's shoulder. Sit down, I'll do your hair. Grell sat on the edge of the bed, letting her mother untie her hair. Are you going to take long? Verea couldn't wait to start dancing. You can go ahead. I'll catch up you later. Don't take too long. They heard her running hurriedly down the stairs. Grell's mother took a comb and ran it from the roots to the ends of her hair. That's a long damn episode. Her every touch was gentle, almost weightless. I know you're worried. Maybe just a little bit. Don't be afraid. These dances are for the gods, not people. Even if you stumble, no one will judge you. Her mother's voice was so quiet and melodic. The comb untangled Grell's tossed, I guess that's how you read it, hair carefully, obeying her gentle, unhurried movements. The gods will keep silent if they don't like something, but people won't. The gods will keep silent if they don't like something, but people won't. Since when do you care about that? You've been hiding among the sheep for too long. You're 18 now. It's time to spread your wings, darling. Her mother kissed her on the forehead and pulled away to look at her work. Done? Grell, look in the mirror. Ah, it's time to buy. I need to be ginger because I am ginger. Why am I blonde? How does this work, guys? I don't really get it. First, they let me change my hair to ginger, okay? So, like, logically, there should be a variant with, like, orange hair, okay? But it's all blonde. Blonde braids, wind in your hair, headscarf, that looks more traditional, braid, tied, plaited, tied, braids. Oh, I always dreamt, like, you know, I love anime, and one of my favorites is Future Diary and Yunogasai. Venta, wait a bit, I'm gonna show you quickly. Or actually I'll put it in the, yeah, when I'll be editing the video. So yeah, Yunogasai from Future Diary, she has like a haircut, like hair goes until here, like from behind, from here, like she has bangs and they slowly like go longer until the jawline, and then she has really long not braids but ponytails, I think, yeah, and pink hair. I don't like pink, I'm not a big fan, I mostly wear black and red. Oh, my mama. Oh, if only she knew what I'm doing. Voice message. Definitely will not listen. You're not that interesting. But yeah, I really dreamt of a hairstyle like that. So I'm growing my hair, but it's quite short for that. Alright, let's choose this one. Let's be fancy. Let's be with flowers. Look. Mama is going crazy. Should I choose a different hairstyle? Stop here, girl. You look just wonderful. What do you think? It's beautiful, thank you. Then run quickly. Tonight belongs to you and the gods. Her mother stretched out her hand and Grell turned her cheek into her mother's palm, closing her eyes. I used to run away from people, but I'm an adult now. It's time for a change. No. I don't like really big crowds. So I'm not introverted, but I'm not extroverted either. When I meet people, I'm okay, like, but I mostly prefer to stay away from crowds. The fiery tentacles of the bonfire soared up, trying to reach the stars. I think the bird came on the balcony's bird feeder. The red light was reflected on the faces of the young people around it, sitting on the ground. Bawdy? What is bawdy? Bawdy songs and wild cheers pierced the night. The mead flowed, and many faces were flushed from drinking. Alcohol is bad. Don't drink alcohol. Alcohol is bad. The young women were laughing. Grell froze hesitantly, glancing at the wooden idol sunk into the ground. She suddenly regretted wearing Draken's gift. Arthur? Why? Was it a good idea to dress up like that? Oh, did you actually see her wearing? Because I just completely forgot about it. Vireia was sitting by the fire, surrounded by friends. She was clutching a mug of mead in her hands. Alcohol is bad. Yes, I will say like true Russian. Alcohol is bad. Алкоголь is плохо. Плохо. Bad. Very, very bad. Smoking is bad too, but... Dragon was sitting to her left. You spin me right round, baby, right. Oh. He looks like not the best worker though. Look at his like hands. He's completely not my type. Dragon. Grell. He glanced at the newcomer, but only fleetingly, his attention turning back to Viraya almost instantly. He leaned over to her and said something, smiling. Viraya threw back her head and laughed, not hiding her happiness from the gods. Grell was in no hurry to approach them, but Viraya soon noticed her. She handed her a mug to Dragon and rushed to her sister, deftly and gracefully jumping over other people's outstretched legs. But they are not really outstretched here. Sister! Her embrace felt tight enough to crush Grell. They almost fell to the ground. You're here at last! Come on! Viraya gripped her sister's hand and led her to the place where she'd been sitting. Dragon was no longer smiling though. He was looking at the fire and didn't seem to be paying attention to Grell. Nah, screw you. We don't need him. I will not. No. I'm sure we'll find very beautiful men, especially that priest in the mask. Girl. That mask was awesome. You should look at my TikTok. I have quite funny me trying to make fun of dark romance with those face masks, like ghost masks and such. It's hilarious, you should check it. Subscribe! Grell sat down between Viraya and her friend Tata. Tata? That's how children in Russian say about like breast. Pichka, Tata. You are welcome for the most random facts from Grell, of course. Tata, but she has it small, just like me. It means she doesn't have tatas. Yes, I'm an idiot. Shut up. Welcome. Tata smiled broadly, looking into her eyes, but Grell knew that her smile was fake. Her eyes never laughed. Tata was always friendly to everyone around her, but there was no life in her. Come on. She was like a doll that lifts the corners of its mouth, not understanding what it means to smile for real. Her eyes were silent, empty, and they only lit up when she spoke to Viraya. Is she in love with Viraya? Maybe. Tata did not smile at Viraya, but there was an openness in that she did not show to other people. Okay. What should I do? Greet her warmly, greet her dryly, don't say hello. Greet her dryly. Hello. Grell, look what a wonderful gift Dragon prepared for me. Viraya took the scarf off her neck and held out her open hands to his sister, showing the neatly folded red cloth. It's gorgeous, isn't it? She pressed it to her heart and then tied it around her neck again. I will never take it off. Dragon kept staring at the fire, clenching his jaw from time to time. He didn't look flattered. What did Dragon give you? She turned to him, grabbing his forearm possessively. You promised me yesterday that you would give her something. So, that's what that was about. It was because Viraya asked, of course. But Could he have made such a pendant in just one night, though? Grell touched the pendant unconsciously. Good heavens! Where did you get that beauty? Veria looked at Dragon. Her voice became quiet as she were astonished. Is that your gift? Dragon looked at the pendant with undisguised irritation, as if he didn't think Grell would dare to wear it. Huh, screw you. I guess so. What's that supposed to mean? Didn't he know what he was giving to me? She wanted to rip off her neck. She wanted to rip off her neck and throw it in his face. Not only throw it in his face, girl, you should just spit in his face. Bastard. Every time I'll see that damn name, I'll love. But Tata's words calmed her down. It looks great on you. Dragon can be generous. Yup. He took a sip of his drink, washing down the bitterness of his answer. Veria clasped her sister's hand. Tata is right. It matches your eyes. Dragon choked, wiped the meat off his mouth, and hurried to justify himself. That's not true. Let's keep talking about this. Let's stop talking about this. Grell looked at his profile, which was only half illuminated by the fire. What was going on inside his head? Why did he dislike her so much? And why then guts? Why had she put on the pen? Why had she put on the pendant? To spite him? Or on the contrary, to show him how the stone brought out her eyes? You'd like to figure out Dragon. Not really, I don't give a damn about him. Veria grew quiet again. Okay. Look at the funny feet. Gradually everyone got drunk. Alcohol is bad. Time passed slowly, lazily, as if the gods were trying to prolong the night. At long last, the Magus joined the celebration, or the Magus. Ignoring the crowd's enthusiastic screams, he headed toward the cochons set out for him. No, now I understand. They were spread out on the ground so he could comfortably watch the festivities. Ozar. He doesn't look back, girls. Yeah, he doesn't look back at all, but at all. He looks like K-pop idol, but like in I don't know. It looked more like Chinese dressing, I would say, not Slavic, not like folklore. But he looked good. Come on. The Magus, I'll read it as Magus. I will not read it on Russian manner. Magus. The Magus chest bore the mark of the gods he'd been born with. Oh, so he has a mark too. Ozar was the only one who could hear their dying breath and could talk to them. Therefore, he was sacred to the villagers. He sat down on the cushions and spreading his arms wide shouted, Vlas, play for us. It sounds like short poem. Vlas, play for us. Vlas, play for us. She looks ridiculous. As you wish, blessed one. Vlas, one of the villagers, sat down at the tympanum. Sorry, I'm just like mixed Swedish, Russian, and English. Reading. Time Piano. He paused, gathering his thoughts, and then began playing skillfully, hitting the leather membrane with his hands. What is he playing on a drum? Okay. You like my voice acting, yeah? A deep rumble rippled through the air, filling the space with infernal vibrations. It was so powerful, as if Veles himself was calling to the heavens in his menacing voice. Veles is the god of trade and wealth who reigns in the underworld. He is the patron god in the Magi. Okay? Rhea jumped up, dragging her sister and friend with her. Come on! Hurry up! Tata let out a loud, ringing laugh. Very funny. She was a dancer at all rituals and celebrations and was happy to demonstrate her skills. Of course she looks like that. I don't know. She really likes to show off. Grell allowed herself to be drowned into a whirlpool of dancing bodies. Oh, that's cool, they made like the shadow. Everyone went wild. They awoke from their drunken stupor and plunged into ecstatic prayer. Every dancing movement was full of grace and raw energy. I wonder what's the music there. Slowly at first, and more expressively trying to keep up with the increasing rhythm of the timpano. They expressed... timpano, probably that's the instrument? Okay. They expressed their reverence for nature and the gods. They rose their arms to the sky and then dropped them back down again, touching the ground with the tips of their fingers. I just have 2 big windows there. Well, 3, but 1 is covered. It's snowy as hell. Veria and Tata were dancing energetically, lost in the music. Despite her shyness and embarrassment, Grell joined them. Her clumsy legs and arms got in the way of the others and only made her feel more nervous. But Grell, of course, managed to overcome it. I'm a strong woman. I'm a strong woman. Yup. She took a deep breath, closed her eyes and lifted her head so that the wind would cool her flushed cheeks. I've practiced every day. It's not just the sheep who should see my dancing. Let the gods watch too. Damn, what's with her face? Oh, you probably don't see though. We'll see her face again like... This dance is for them, not for the people. Grell listened to the rhythmic sound of the drums and tried to get lost in it. She tried to not think about what she was doing and how she was doing it, and instead allowed her body to follow the call of the song instinctively. And all of a sudden she stopped tripping over her own feet. Her shoulders relaxed, and her arms, once stiff and clumsy, encircled her waist in a soft waves and then soared into the sky gracefully. But okay, I'll move it a little bit later again. My webcam. Here. Can I like... What is it though? I cannot see it, damn. Okay. Now the question is, if I make it like that, I'll press on it, it will start reloading. Okay. Blooming in the fiery night dust under the stars, witnessed her triumph. Grell felt as if she were becoming one with the nature, fan. The connection twined and grew like coils of wine, of vine, clinging, clinging to the unattainable. To the unattainable. I'm getting tired, lol. One past ice. Whoa! Her every moment was inspired by the breath of the elements, embodying the spirit of earth, air, and water. Boah. Grell spun and spun like a whirlwind, a real storm that could sweep away anyone who happened to be captivated by its madness. She called out to the gods, she asked, she demanded. The cold of the night and the fire of her heart merged into one, completing the endless circle of life and death, blessing and punishing, I guess. Grell danced with her eyes closed, unaware that she was being watched. Two eyes were closely observing her, trying to pick out only her body, her face, and the waves of her arms among the swirling, excited mass of people. Was it Dragon? Of course it was Dragon, I guess. I told you. Dragon was looking at her, desiring her dance. Ay, you perv. Damn perv. Usually inept. What is inept? Clumsy and reserved, Grell seemed to have exposed herself to him. To him? Or to the gods? He wanted to look away, but couldn't. Why was she doing that? Why was she working that magic? Why was she tormenting him? Dragon forced himself to turn away and felt a terrible pang in his heart. Excuse me. That witch. She infuriated him, irritated him, exasperated him. There was no need to react like a bull to red flag. We usually in Russia say like a red blanket. But okay. There was no need to fly into the scorching flames. Dragon looked around for other women. He focused on someone else's hair, someone else's smile, someone else's impersonal dancing. And his heart filled with hatred began to calm down. Dragon was waiting for Grell to finally go home and stop torturing him. Just don't look at me, asshole. It's that. Okay. But there was someone else watching her. Who? Ozar hadn't noticed her before. Of course, her face was familiar to him. But there was nothing special about it. Nothing interesting. Grell had always seemed too indifferent, normal, okay. Too indifferent, too aloof. What is aloof? Too prim and proper. He couldn't lead her into a dark corner, whispering sweet nothings in her ear. She wouldn't come with him and fall at his feet. Who the fuck is he? But there was no disobedience in her either. Nothing predatory or defiant. Grell was neither submissive nor rebellious. She was like a river flowing around a lake, not wanting to be a part of anything else. Ozar tilted his head and spoke to his friend without taking his eyes off Grell. Who is that? The shepherd's daughter. What's her name? Do you like her? Her name. Grell, as I recall. Ozar was silent, watching Grell's dancing. He stroked the corner of the pillow thoughtfully, lost in his thoughts. I haven't seen her dance before. You can talk to her. Ozar chuckled. No. Why would he do that? He still wasn't interested in Grell. Grell stopped. Ah, but he was staring at you. Well, obviously. Grell stopped, trying to catch her breath. Her dress clung to her body. Every gust of wind sent goosebumps all over her skin, damp with sweat. Grell didn't look at the others and stepped aside to take a little rest. Let this episode finally end. She was starting to enjoy the evening. Please end, please end. It was time to choose the young woman who would be dressed in white. The young man started yelling out names, and the women laughed and put themselves forward. Why don't you join them, Milon? Grell raised her head, greeting her friend with a smile. Ah, it's my friend. Why don't you? Instead of answering, he sat down next to her and stretched out his tired legs. Your dancing was beautiful. Why don't you join before? Ah, why didn't you join before? This is the first time I've managed to do it right. The Magus was looking at you. He's been watching you for a long while. Grell followed Milon's gaze and met Ozar's black eyes. He was sprawled on the cushions, his arms spread wide at his sides. Noticing that Grell was looking at him, Ozar held his gaze, her gaze. I'm holding your gaze. Ozar. Grell. Huh? Get embarrassed, shrug indifferently, shrug annoyedly. Don't judge. Let him look. I don't care. Vereya screamed with happiness, stretching her arms to the sky as they dressed her in white. The night she was going to be the one, special one. Oh damn, she's so beautiful. Just look at her. Am I still having... Yeah, I'm in the middle. Alright. Alright. She's so beautiful. Grell looked at the Magus again and almost flinched when she realized that he was still staring at her. Look at Ozar. Like, what is that smirk? He lost his attractiveness to me. He lost it. Even now, when all his attention was supposed to be focused on Vereya, the young woman who was to become the symbol of the night, he kept looking at Grell. Come again, when it will finally end? Grell. Grell shook her head as if dismissing Ozar's silent conversation. I'll start reading faster so like the video doesn't end up as long. Maybe he had a vision about me, but what was about it? What was it about? Grell didn't immediately notice that Milon was wringing his hands nervously. He always did that when he wanted to tell her something, but didn't care. What is it? What? Tell me already. I think I'm in love. Milon smiled a sincere, somewhat sleepy smile, as if he were feeling dizzy. In love? Grell forced her face not to grimace. With whom? Her parents are against our union. She asked not to tell. She asked me to not to tell anyone. I won't tell anyone, alright, but you'll share your secret with me, right? The main thing is that you are happy. Well, I don't like telling. I won't tell anyone. Milon fidgeted, feeling awkward about refusing his friend. I know, but I can't. Vlas was drawing on me. Having left the tympanum to the other musicians, he staggered his way through the celebrants. He put his hands to his mouth and screamed, "Hey! No one's girl! Dance for us!" Of course, Tata, look at her face. She's like super hypocritical. Just. Viraya had been laughing a moment before, but her expression immediately grew as dark as a thundercloud. She stormed through the crowd and shoved Vlas in the chest. "May Chernabog devour you for your dirty mouth!" Wow, I'm actually surprised that they really wrote Chernabog. Come on, what did I Come on, what did I say? The gods know it's true. You'd better worship instead of getting drunk. Look at yourself. You won't stop until you drink every drop of it. Tata tried to calm Viraya down. It's alright, don't listen to him. He's drunk. I'm drunk, but you are not, so dance. Viraya made a quiet but threatening sound, something between a growl and a curse, ready to hit him. But Dragon caught her swinging hands and gently pulled her aside. That's enough. I want my fist in your face, Vlas? Maybe I do. Whoever draws the first blood will get Perun's blessing. That can be arranged. I know who is Perun. That's enough! Tata stood between Dragon and Vlas. I'll dance if you play. I'll be honored. Grell didn't even notice how she had jumped up watching their exchange. Million tugged at her arm. Milon. Million? Like million of who? Milon tugged at her arm gently to make her sit back down. Viraya is always getting into fights. And Dragon is always protecting her. Vlas returned to his drums. Viraya was wearing a flower crown. She was supposed to dance with Tata. I hell knew that. My brother is calling me right when I'm recording. Of course. Sorry for the vibrations, but I kinda cannot turn it off. Viraya was wearing a with Tata. They began dancing around the bonfire. Slowly at first, and then faster and faster. Thankfully he hung up. Until they ran, as if they were being chased by Chernabog himself. Just my brother, my family except for my husband that don't know that I'm recording videos. And they've never seen me in such a makeup. He calls me again. I'm getting a little bit pissed off. I'll call him back later, because it's very, very annoying. I cannot pick up with such a face now. He'll be just shocked. They began dancing around the bonfire, slowly at first, and then faster and faster, until they ran as if they were being chased by Chernabog himself. Wild and elegant, like frightened deer crossing in a field. There was a struggle for life in their movements. It was surprising that they could move like ordinary people rather than being constantly immersed in the chaotic frenzy of ritual dance. Okay. Suddenly Viraya stopped staring out intensely into the distance where the warm flames couldn't reach. Viraya. Grell tried to figure out what had distracted her sister, but she saw nothing apart from the barely discerning fog. Milan, what's up with her tonight? I wish I knew. But the vision vanished and Viraya sprinted after Tata again. They shook their heads, tapping their feet in the time with the music as if they were possessed. I should talk to Viraya. She is not herself. The firelight outlined the silhouette of Vlas' serious, sobered-up face. The flickering light bounced off the vibrating instrument. The musician's wrist hit in the tympanum hard enough to cause an echo in the every depth of the earth, asserting their power. Monotonous, incessant blows lulled everyone into a trance, drawing them into a cave of incoherent images, mirages, ecstasy. The music increased in tempo. The last, most powerful blows left their ears ringing like lightning rippling through the darkness. I'm getting warm because of all this reading. Vlas lowered his exhausted hands, reached for his mug, and finished the meat. Sweat streamed down his face, and his chest was heavy. He drank and looked at Tata, who froze looking at him, just as tired. I cannot stop my burps. Just ignore it. And breathing just as hard. Plus, Tata. Tata tossed back her fiery curls and walked away from the dancers. I think he really offended her. I will not go comfort her. Grell heard Varia's hysterical voice. You want me dead? Don't speak of what you don't know. Her sister was next to Dragon. They were arguing about something. Dragon tried to hold her back, but Varia broke free and ran away. I'll go after her. What happened? But girl didn't answer. Please, and please, and please. Guys, I'm getting so tired. Varia was hugging a wooden idol, whispering something. Her eyes were closed. Varia. Tears were rolling down her cheeks. What should I do? Wipe her tears away. Grell gently wiped the traces of Varia's sadness from her cheek. What happened between you two? Varia turned away from her sister. You're lucky. I'm even jealous. Of what? You accept this world as it is. You don't get angry at other people's feelings. You don't look for qualities in people that they don't have. And you don't even think about the impression you make. You want to be useful, not needed. Isn't that the same thing, though? No, not at all. You make it sound like it's a good thing. Varia's eyes brimmed with tears again, but she shook her head, fighting them back. I love you, Grell. Varia hugged her sister, burying her wet cheeks in her hair. Grell felt lost. She didn't understand what was bothering Varia, and she didn't know what to say to calm her down, and she end the conversation as soon as possible. You are my twin sister. You are my twin. My sister. There is no one closer to me than you. What should I say? That's right. Varia took her hands and whispered anxiously and both solemnly, like an oath. I will never, ever leave you. Do you believe me? What's gotten into her? What worried her so much? Of course I do. Varia laughed through her tears and hugged her sister. It's kind of a bad day, isn't it? Did you also... What? Did you also say... Varia squeezed her neck so hard that Grell wheezed, gasping for air. Hush! I don't want to talk about anything bad anymore. The drums thundered again, inviting everyone for a round dance. Let's go. The celebration is almost over. And this episode is not. I wish it was. Varia led her sister to the others, not giving her a chance to ask any more questions. Please end, please end, please end. No, of course it did not end. Young men and women danced around the fire and as the flames rose up, swaying above their heads. Verea held out her hand with a smile. Holding hands, they joined the stream. Their steps hit the ground with great force, like the blows from a hammer, and then rose again to step to the side. Round and round they danced around the flames, an eternal, ever-renewing round dance. The sounds of ancient instruments seeped under their skin and squeezed their hearts, adjusting their beating to the rhythm. They were the wind, the quiet lake, the burning candle. Their faces were illuminated by the moonlight, reflecting the gleam of the god's attentive gaze. Grell laughed loudly, as if in a fever, but her laughter was drowned out by the screams of others. Tata. What the fuck was that? Obeying Tata's voice, the round dance switched to the opposite direction. She led them, set the pace. Grell felt dizzy and stopped paying attention to people's faces. She only saw the light of the fire, serene, primal like a fever before death. Their celebration was intoxicating, maddening. When Grell finally opened her eyes and looked around, someone else's fingers were clutching her hand. Startled out of her reverie, she broke free and backed away, looking around. Verea? Her sister was nowhere to be seen. Verea! Tell me it's the priest. Please, 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 please. Grell was looking around, sweeping the crowd without lingering on their faces. No one was looking at her, lost in the labyrinth of madness. Where is she? Pressing her hand to chest, she tried to calm her raised breathing. This is enough. This is enough for today. Backing away again, she turned around and rushed home. Please episode and please episode. Of course it didn't. The door creaked loudly. Grell entered the hall quietly and called a low, cautious voice, trying to find the familiar figure in the dark. Verea? But no one answered. Then she went upstairs, jumping over several steps at a time. Verea's bed was empty. She wasn't home. So she's still out there then. He's probably having fun with some guy. Had too much meat. May have lost herself in the dance. Must be crying near the idol. Again? Why she would cry again though? Probably having fun with some other guy that looks like shit. Had too much meat. Lost herself in the dance, probably. Grell went to the window and raised her eyes to the sky. Oh dear gods, please end this episode. She once again remembered her dream. White dress, a white dress. Why did I dream about it? Dim stars sailed through the darkness. Oh, I'm spitting on my microphone. Making their way to the other worlds, but Grell knew that they would not be able to reach them. That time tomorrow, they would return to their place. Grell's whole body shuddered. A lonely star was falling across the sky slowly but steadily. Its light, which once seemed so bright and unwavering, was now fading, like a cry of farewell in the silent darkness, calling for help, but hearing no answer. A lost voice in the boundless space. A soul is falling. Grell said it out loud. She suddenly felt cold. Her head seemed to be squeezed in a vice, not letting in any thought except someone died. Grell rushed out the room, ran downstairs and outside. Is it Verena who died, or who? The village was empty, lifeless, but they were just dancing. Emboldened, the fog has burst its blank like a floating river and was now wandering through the streets. Verena. Grell was calm and collected. She tried to convince herself that she would find her sister. Vereya! The stubborn fog concealed the horizon. The outlines of the houses and trees became clear only when Grell came very close to them. She rushed from the street to street, looked into courtyards and listened to the somber silence. And then she saw something that hadn't taken shape yet. Something that was lying on the ground like a pile of snow that hadn't melted. Huh? Grell approached it slowly. I'm just looking if I can see myself. Yep, Vereya is R.I.P. Vereya lay motionless, deathly Asian, frozen like a wax statue. The haze stretched out as if it wanted to engulf her, but retreated as soon as Grell approached. Vereya! Her sister in white dress. She was dead. Thank God it's ended. How was it? Complete episode. Oh, damn it. I have quite a good amount of diamonds. Continue, yeah. So yeah. There we go. First episode is done. So yeah, thanks for watching if you were watching. Hopefully you've been using my video to fall asleep at least. Hopefully you liked it, and I'm not sure if I'll make another episode of this shit. Because, I don't know. It was very exhausting. But yeah. Peace out. See you next time. Comment and drop a like.